I'm going to show you how I make a sourdough bread, and it's like inspired by my course I went on, and but I don't follow it that closely. I'm really pretty neglectful when I make it, and it still works really well. So I'm going to use this recipe which I'll send to you, and it's dead straightforward. Okay, so I'm starting off with my sourdough starter. This has been going for weeks now, and it's full of bubbles, and it smells slightly alcoholic-y, but also it actually smells, it doesn't smell bad, it just smells active, fresh. Okay, and all I did there was mixed up some white wheat flour and rye flour, put a wee drop of water in till it was a runny paste, left it overnight, put a wee drop more wheat in, doesn't matter what flour I put in, wheat flour, rye flour, a wee drop more water, mixed it up, left it overnight, kept on doing that, and just at room temperature, not in a really warm room, and it starts to smell awful to begin with, and then you can tell it's working when it just bubbles up, and it usually gets a wee hard crust on the top, but I just don't worry about that. I just mix that in, put a wee drop more in, and eventually one day you'll put flour in and a wee drop of water in there, and the next morning it'll be bubbled right up the top and it's ready to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is put in 130 grams of this vigorous sourdough starter, and I'll measure everything out. So I'm not really exact with anything apart from the measuring. So that's 110, okay, 121, there we go, 130. That's what 130 looks like. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is put my flour in, and I'm just using this stuff that Kathleen got, just white flour, big bag, it's nearly empty now. And we put 450 grams of this in, that's like about a pound. Okay, so I just measure out, I've got 450 grams in there. This wee bowl I've got is just about the right size for making a loaf, and it's easy cleaned. That's 410. Really, yeah. Right, that's 450 grams in there, have a wee look. Okay, and then we put 10 grams of salt in. I put the salt in on top of the flour just because I don't want the salt coming in contact with the yeast until it's all mixed together. Otherwise the salt will kill the yeast. So I make sure the yeast and the salt are separate. And then now the last thing I'm going to do is put in the water, and it takes quite a lot of water this. So I'm going to put in 275 grams of water. So instead of I just weigh the water, 275 grams of water, it just keeps it simpler. That's 275 grams of water, that's what it looks like now. Okay, so that's the 4 ingredients I've got in there: the salt, the yeast, or the starter instead of the yeast, the water and the flour, and I'm just going to mix it. I'm going to just mix it, I'm not going to knead it or anything, I'm just going to mix this and show you the consistency. I'm not going to get my hands involved in this either. I'm just trying to keep the mess down. If I'm doing this every day, I just want it to be easy. I don't want to have to spend 20 minutes making a loaf and an hour tidying up afterwards. Right, it's still pretty dry. dough's coming together now in a big ball in the middle. That's fine. That's probably all I'm going to do with that for the meantime. And that just needs to sit for I'll let that sit for a couple of hours, and maybe scrape a wee bit off the side. Let that sit for a couple of hours, and then I'm just going to put a detail at the top of it to stop it drying out too bad. Okay, that's that done. And I'm just going to show you what to do with your starter. Look, that's all I've got left of that starter. You just need a wee drop. I'm going to put just a wee drop more flour in here. Just some, I'm not going to be exact about this. Put a wee drop of water in. And mix that up. And you can see it's quite a liquidy paste. I'm going to put a wee drop more flour in there. I quite like it a wee bit more like dough rather than a paste. Aye, that's better. Right, by tomorrow that'll be a really good vigorous starter. In fact, this afternoon it will be. It's going really well at the moment. And I don't, like, you can see how little care I've been taking about the hygiene there. Okay, right, next thing, here's the one I prepared earlier. Right, see this thing here, this is called a wood, it's like a sawdust or a wood formed banneton. That's what it's called, a banneton. I made this bit of bread last night, and you can see it's just been, it was much smaller than this, it's just risen up. And what this does is it absorbs a wee bit of water for the bread, and it allows it to form up into a loaf shape. But otherwise, it just goes all over the place. It just sort of like spreads out. So this forms up, and then I'm just going to bake this off, and I'll show you how I bake it off. So I'll show you the oven. Okay, right. I've got I cook it off in like a Dutch oven, which. So I've got this just big pan. I've got a big Le Creuset pan. The oven's as hot as I can get it. Okay, and I'm just going to bake it inside here with the lid on. So I'm going to take this off. Okay, that's how it looks when it comes out. You can see it's a nice shape, and it's no sticky at all. And it's no sticky because that seems to absorb the water. I'm just going to pick this up, drop that in, and then with a wee sharp knife, I'm just going to make a cut, run like that, like a big smiley face on one side, just so that it can, it's not going to burst. I'm going to put the lid on, and this is going to go back in the oven at like 1,000,000 degrees. Or 270, it's not quite at 270 now, but it's not far away. It's just off 270, and I'm going to give that 20 minutes. So you bake it for 20 minutes with the lid on at 270 degrees, and then we'll show you what happens after 20 minutes. This has been in for a wee while now. You can see it's pretty rough dough. I'm not going to do much more to it than this. I'm going to take it out and shape it. It's a bit left over, I'm not worrying too much about that. We've got the flour at the top. It doesn't look like it's really well kneaded or anything, and it doesn't have to be for this. You didn't really need the sourdough because it's a big long moving time. It just has to be well mixed. So all I'm going to do here is do a big stretching. Okay, so I just stretch it once in that direction. Stretch it once in that direction, stretch it once in that direction, and then shape it. So how I shape it is, I just kind of tuck bits under and keep it going round like that. That's shaped enough. and I'm going to stick it in this bannock to let it prove it overnight. Okay, so I'm just going to stick that in there. Okay, and tomorrow morning that'll be back, that'll come up to the level of the bread, so the dough will rise up to the level of the bannock, and I don't worry about any of that sort of stuff. That all just seems to sort of sort itself out with time. I'm just going to put the tea towel back on the top of that and just leave it in the kitchen until tomorrow. Okay. Right, and that's us done. 20 minutes at 270. So we're just going to take this out and take the lid off. Have a look at what it looks like. Looking good already. You can see the big cut. Now it needs to go back for another 15 at the same temperature, but with the lid off, just to brown up. And this kind of bread really browns up. Look how, I mean, that's looking amazing, eh? That's looking really good already. It smells good. So I'll whack this back in for the same temperature, a wee bit longer. Set that to 15. Okay, right on. That's us 15 minutes over and done with. We're going to take it out of the oven now. Oh yeah. It's just come out the pan, no bother at all. Easy. It's looking good. It's completely, it's got quite a hard crust in it, but you make that wee cut and it just opens up and it keeps all that nice and smooth, so that's got a wee bit of sort of fire on it, but that's alright. And that's us. So we're just about to post the sourdough starter through. When you get the sourdough starter, just put it in a beaker, quite a lot of flour, a wee drop more water, cover it with a wee drop tin foil, leave it in a warm place, and it'll start to bubble up. And it'll be ready for using tomorrow. Okay.